Music is one of the things Dixie is known for, and from the heart of Dixie, we've got an up and coming act that we've got our ears locked in on. Jon Rawl here with you. This is the Y'all Show, which is all about the South, and we want to give proper credit to the Red Clay Strays. This is a Mobile based band with lead singer Brandon Coleman, Andrew Bishop, Drew Nix, John Hall, Zach Richel, and Sevens Henderson. And redclaystrays.com is the website. The name is catchy. The music's even more catchier. And we want to give them a lot of credit because they have not really had a commercial radio success. They've not dominated the airplay, but they're dominating tours. They've got Grateful, the current tour and album that they're doing well with. And they're packing people in to see them. They've got Zach Top now appearing with them, who's also kicking butt and taking names in his own right. Just tremendous success, and you know they kind of went and did it their own way. They recorded their first album in Huntsville, Alabama. I've heard of people going about an hour and a half west to the Shoals, but Huntsville, Madison County? Yeah, sure enough, that's where they did some of their work. And they're just doing great. Wondering Why was their sort of song that got them going, and they're just doing great. And that's why here on this show, which we encourage you to follow us at the Y'all Show, make sure you like, share, subscribe, but also contact us. I've got it right there on the screen for you to email us, y'allshow@y'all.com. That's how you can reach out to us. Of course, we're also at y'all.com. But it was because of people like you, our viewers and our listeners, reaching out to me. It's why I'm giving the Red Clay Strays the time here today, because someone called and said, look, John, probably about 2 years ago, maybe even only a year ago, my wife and I went and saw this band. Have you heard of them? And I said, yeah, I've heard of Red Clay Strays, but I don't know a lot about them. Well, we went and saw them about a year and a half ago. I'll just call it a year and a half. And they had probably 300 or 400 people at this concert a year and a half ago. We went and saw them just the other night, John, and they had 15,000 people at their headline concert. Now that got my attention. That got RCA's attention because they're now recording for this major label in RCA Records. But I don't know how to explain their style other than they're a little bit of everything. And that's perhaps why they are so in demand right now. That's why Red Clay Strays is an act that people are flocking to see and checking out their albums and their downloads and more. I mean, if you go to the website, and I've got their website now pulled up here at redclaystrays.com, as their website proudly says, born and bred in the red dirt clay of South Alabama. Not lower Alabama, but South Alabama. And, you know, they kind of started getting together in 2016, and they had some things going their way, but something called COVID happened, and it really shut them down. And it wasn't until we started coming out of COVID that Red Clay Strays built their audience back up. And you know what really got them going is our good friends in China, and that would be TikTok. It was TikTok that really led them to the kind of social media acceptance they're now having. Grateful is the latest album, and here's a look at some of their tour dates if you can check that out. So currently this week they're in the Dakotas. They'll be in Montana. They're going to be going up to Canada. I mean, they're all over the place. I'm looking for any southern type dates coming up for them. Looks like they will be back in the South maybe mid-October. It looks like we've got Fort Worth and Orlando in mid-October. Savannah, Georgia, they'll be checking you out down in the Coastal Empire. October 15th, they'll be in Charleston. On the 17th of October, then to the upstate in Greenville on October 18th. Music City's got them there for a couple of dates, late October, as well as Knoxville, back in their home state of Alabama with a Halloween concert on October 31st in Birmingham. A couple of dates in Louisiana. They'll be there in the home of Arkansas State on November 8th in Atlanta before Thanksgiving, and winding it up in Vegas in December. But that's right now the Grateful Tour that Red Clay Strays is currently on. I want to go to X and check out some of the footage of them. Here they are with Zach Top from just this weekend, and they did some songs together, Red Clay Strays. And right there is your lead singer. And when I first saw Brandon, I mean, you can't help but think Elvis Presley. He's got the look, maybe not quite the exact same sound as the King, but just got a lot going for him. I don't know exact ages. I guess these guys are pushing 30 or around 30 years old. But another Alabama act. I mean, you got Ella Langley, that's the top act in all the world right now. And here is her friends she's from the Montgomery area. And here are these guys, mostly from Mobile, that are just doing tremendous right now. More of the Red Clay Strays. Just got a sound and all that. I want to go to some of the chart results for them. If you look at albums, I mean, they've already had a gold album for Moment of Truth, and that was on the UK. I mean, they're big in the UK with their sound. This album, Moment of Truth, went to number 4 in the UK country chart, and it went to 29 on the American country chart. The latest, Grateful, has already gone up to number 9 on the country chart. It's at number 3 on the American folk chart, number 1 on the chart for Christian and gospel albums. I mean, go figure. Gospel, international success, country, rock, folk. No wonder RCS is doing so well. And then when you look at singles, their latest single out right now is called Demons in Your Car. And on the country chart, it is currently at number 32 and moving up. Still, as I wanted to point out, they've not had some kind of monster radio smash. They're getting a lot of their love mostly from social media. That Wondering Why, if you look here on the screen right there, back in 2022, that thing went to number 4 on the AAA chart, and that's why that single, Wondering Why, was a 3-time platinum single for Red Clay Strays. Just a tremendous act. If you get a chance to check out, do it, because they may not have tickets available if you keep waiting and procrastinating like I have. I don't know if they're commonly touring or appearing with Zach Top, but it looks like they must have some kind of partnership, and if nothing else, an appreciation. I know at the concert from this weekend, Zach, he did sing, but they did a lot of picking, and Zach Top is a tremendous guitarist and was sort of the lead guitarist on what I found. If you want to get lost on social media, just look up Red Clay Strays and start finding some of their good songs and the fun that they have there in their various concert venues. Won't be back in this part of the world for another month or 2, but they'll be back soon enough, so check them out. And I got to give credit to the person that, again, Chris, thank you for letting me know about Red Clay Strays, because we can't do this show without y'all, and I mean y'all. And Chris said, you need to check this band out. You need to get, he listens to the podcast. Chris, thank you. You need to maybe think about, oh, you darn right I am. When they can put thousands and thousands of people in a concert hall, and they haven't even had the sort of commercial success that you think they might have had by now, they got this old boy's attention. And I know a little bit about music, but I'm sure we all know a little bit about music. But yeah, what a job by Brandon and the guys of Red Clay Strays. And I'll be pulling for them, and we'll try to get them on here very soon for an interview. I make that promise, that solemn vow to all of y'all that we'll give them plenty of love on the show that's all about the South, because we love to show off our Southerners, especially the ones that are packing them in there at concerts around the world. Now that's awesome. Thank y'all. Y'all have a great weekend. We'll see you back here next week on the show that's all about the South. It's the Y'all Show.